Yes, thank you, Steve, as the title race comes to Birmingham. And here we are, inside Villa Park, where there is not an inch of space in the place. It's absolutely packed. Even the media benches, we've been told there's no space at all in the media benches. You must sit in the seat you've been given. So, all eyes on the action. And the team's just breaking away now. Tyrone Mings skipping away, peeling off his tracksuit top. The Villa captain, Virgil van Dijk to his right, takes the Liverpool players away to the half 2 hour left. And so this is the situation at the top of the Premier League now, with 3 matches each to play. Manchester City 86 points, Liverpool 83 points. And our producer tonight, Juliet, is just pointing out Dion Dublin, who's back on his old stamping ground. Dion's going to be with us on Saturday, actually, for the FA Cup final. So you'll be able to hear from Dion on Saturday. But he's taking his seat down there as well. As Steve was saying earlier, we've got all manner of former Liverpool and Aston Villa players inside the ground tonight. But the Villa players now, we can see the claret and blue shirts, white shorts, blue socks, and Liverpool in the cream-coloured away kit tonight with the black trim, black shorts, and the cream socks. So last season, as we've been mentioning, this match, Aston Villa against Liverpool, threw up one of the most remarkable Premier League matches I think I've ever seen. When Villa beat the then champions 7-2. Not sure we're expecting anything like that tonight, but you, Jonathan Woodgate, think that Steven Gerrard's side could pose problems for Liverpool?
Yeah, they could do. I like the Villa team, full of energy. Play similar to how Liverpool want to play, really. They want to press, they want to get after a Liverpool team. Let's see how aggressive they are. I like it with Coutinho in the team, who can make them play and get on the ball. And with world-class players like that in your team, anything's possible.
Well, the television camera down there is focusing on Steven Gerrard up against his old side, as he was back at Anfield in December, when he was very understated, if you remember. Came out and waved to the Villa fans, and then just gave a little nod and a little wave to the cop after that, as if to say, look, that's my past, this is my present.
He has to do that, but I'm sure he wants Aston Villa to go and win this game, and he'd be delighted if they do.
Aston Villa against Liverpool. John Moss is the referee. Just a few days left of his refereeing career before he retires from the role, and he blows the whistle, and there's big applause around Villa Park as the players take him in. And then he says, hang on, to Naby Keita. There's the whistle. Keita with the first touch of the match, and Keita plays it all the way back into central defence to Joel Matip, who strikes it away downfield. The ball bounces out for a throw halfway inside the Villa half. So the Villa side tonight, Coutinho coming in to play against his old club, and Nakamba as well. So 2 changes for Villa. Buendia and Chambers are on the bench. And Villa, after taking the throw, find McGinn in the centre circle. McGinn takes it on, and there's a crunching collision with Fabinho, who came across to rip it away, and the two of them made contact at some pace. And I'm quite pleased to see that they're both all right and quickly up on their feet, Jonathan.
Nice old school tackle to get the atmosphere bursting. I'm just looking at there, Luis Diaz. He'll have to track Digne. He'll bomb forward all game, and he'll have a job in his hands going the other way as well.
Yeah, Jota on the left hand side and Diaz on the right for Liverpool, with Mane in the middle. So the Villa side is Martinez in goal, who made a number of saves actually at Anfield when Liverpool won that match 1-0 with a Salah penalty. And Martinez clearing the ball away out towards the far side, comes off ahead of Cash, and it's out for a throw to Liverpool inside the Villa half, and it's thrown all the way back to Van Dijk, who passes it back to Curtis Jones. So Villa with Cash, Konsa, Mings and Digne at the back four, Douglas Luiz and Nakamba, John McGinn, Coutinho, Watkins and Ings. Liverpool just playing it out from the back with Alisson, and now Matip walking it forward and giving it to Van Dijk on the left hand side of the penalty area. Great noise inside Villa Park, and cloudy skies, but a lovely evening actually. Slight breeze as Tsimikas in his left back position is being put under pressure by Cash, and the ball bounces away as Cash goes to ground. The Villa fans wanted a free kick. It's not given by John Moss. Villa are in possession. They're playing from right to left as we look towards the 2-tier north stand to our left, and Villa going back to the halfway line. So the Liverpool side that started this match, 5 changes from Saturday night. Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk and Tsimikas. There's no Robertson, he took a knock on the head on Saturday evening, so that explains why he's not involved at all, I would think. And now Watkins trying to play the ball through to Ings, but that's intercepted by Matip on the edge of the box. So the midfield for Liverpool tonight, Fabinho with Curtis Jones and Naby Keita, and then Diaz, as I say, on the right, Jota on the left, and Mane through the middle. Villa play the ball over the top. Mings with the pass, it's taken down by Watkins in the area, there's no flag yet. Watkins still going with a shot that is beaten away by Alisson, and there is no flag. Watkins onside.
That was the run, fantastic run there, and he just beat Van Dijk in a 1v1 situation, just got his shot off. Alisson stood strong.
Big early chance, and now across from Digne, and it's headed down, saved by Alisson, but converted, and Villa have the early lead. What a noise inside the crowd. Douglas Luiz, the initial header that was saved by Alisson, but he was there to convert the rebound in the 4th minute. Aston Villa lead Liverpool by 1-0.
I'm sure the Liverpool players are waiting for the whistle to go, but there was no whistle. Jurgen Klopp looks dumbfounded in his dugout, but the ball was in. It was a cracking ball into the back post. It was by Digne. Yeah, not offside. Not offside. Goal, 1-0.
Douglas Luiz coming in from the right-hand side, and Alisson with the initial save had to go down to his right, but he could only push it back out into the 6-yard box, and with 3 men on the ground, Douglas Luiz kept his feet, and he was the first one there to turn it left-footed into the back of the net. He couldn't miss from there, and Aston Villa have the early lead. VAR have had a look, they say it's okay, off we go. Villa lead Liverpool 1-0.
Douglas Luiz just reacted quicker. John, in my view, where the Liverpool players were just watching, he reacted quicker and pounced.
So there we are, an early goal for Villa in this match. Liverpool will feel they simply have to win. Well, they were 1-0 down at Anfield on Saturday night. They're 1-0 down early in this game. I think the 4th minute, I think that's when the goal was scored. Jurgen Klopp is talking away there on the edge of the coaching area to the 4th official, to Andy Madley, and Villa break forward again. And actually, they'd already had the chance for Ollie Watkins as well, that was saved by Alisson.
With Ollie Watkins, but that's it. In the last 3 games, they were getting beat by Villarreal by two goals. They've got a goal behind either when a goal down against Tottenham.
Luis Diaz is fouled by left-back Digne, and it's a free kick. And Steven Gerrard's now come to the edge of the area, and he's not happy. That's been given as a free kick for the Digne challenge on...
I'll tell you exactly what you're saying. Gerrard saying the 4th official, Klopp's getting in your ear hole. Don't bite to it, don't let him bully you.
You'll have to learn from this, Jonathan, with your ambitions, your further ambitions in management. This is what you've got to do. Free kick then, Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold plays it in. Oh, Mings hasn't cleared it. It's still rattling around. Jota swings a leg at it. Then it's turned goalwards, and it's in from Matip in the 6-yard box. A big stretch. He got his right foot to it, and Liverpool are level 2 minutes after Villa took the lead. It was a messy one. It was a scrappy one, but Liverpool and Klopp won't care about that. 1-1. What a start.
What a start to the game, and what a reaction from Liverpool. It was quite similar to the Villa first goal, because the Villa players didn't react quickly enough. The ball in the box by Alexander-Arnold, and they just didn't clear it. Potter gets onto it, Van Dijk, and Matip pokes it home. That's what they needed. That's exactly what they needed.
Tyrone Mings missed the initial clearance, Jonathan, when the ball came in. He almost stood on it, actually, Tyrone Mings. And then it was away, rattling around in the box. And it was actually Van Dijk in the end on the left side of the area who played it across. Touch off the goalkeeper, fell nicely for the other central defender. VAR are looking at this. We've not restarted yet. And John Moss says the goal's good. And Liverpool supporters inside the ground cheer. And they were ahead for, well, less than 3 minutes. So the goals in the 3rd and the 6th minutes I said it wasn't going to be 7-2 again. We've had 2 goals in the first 7 minutes. Where could this go from here, I wonder? And also that early chance that Ollie Watkins had that actually should probably have scored.
Yeah, he should have scored. But it's the pace of the game as well so early on in this game. I mean, Villa, they're playing with so much speed. With Cash and Digne both bombing forward. Liverpool wingers are finding it difficult to track them back.
So it is Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. And Liverpool with the ball in front of their own penalty area. So just remember, Liverpool looking to win tonight to go back level with Manchester City at the top of the table. As the ball bounces off McGinn and almost hits Jurgen Klopp in the face. He just managed to duck in time to get out of the way. It landed on the roof of the dugout, just down to our right. What a start. I mean, the atmosphere was good enough before that. But there's nothing like a match with early goals, is there? And here's Curtis Jones in centre field. Jones turns, gives it back out to Keita on the right-hand side. Luis Diaz with a touch. Sadio Mane. Now there is Tsimikas getting involved. Tsimikas with a deep cross, but it's caught too close to goalkeeper Martinez, who's able to watch it into his hands above his head.
John, you talk about the atmosphere. These are the stadiums: Villa Park, Goodison, Ellen Road, the City Ground, the old school grounds. For me, they always have the best atmosphere. I mean, as a kid, I used to love going to Weston Park. As a kid, and sometimes when Middlesbrough used to play Sunderland, I go to Roker Park. Remember the stadiums that create the best atmospheres.
Weston Park, where I used to do some of my first commentaries, Jonathan, as the ball is hit away downfield and it comes off the head of Matip and out for a throw to Villa. Here just in front of us, Digne. So Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. If you've joined us late, you've missed a dramatic start to the match. Douglas Luiz shooting Villa in front in the 3rd minute, but then Joel Matip scoring for Liverpool. 2 unlikely scorers, Douglas Luiz and Joel Matip with the early goals. Here's Digne on the left-hand side. Keita comes across. Jurgen Klopp making big changes tonight, leaving out Salah and Thiago and Henderson from the midfield. No Robertson. And ball played forward for Liverpool, but Konsa comes across and half volleys that out into the supporters just down to our right, the other side of the dugout, here in the Trinity Road stand.
If you look at the Villa formation with Coutinho at the top of the diamond, you've got Nakamba at the bottom of the diamond, you've got on the right hand side Luiz, on the left McGinn, and the 2 split strikers, causing a few problems to Liverpool.
Tsimikas has to ride a couple of challenges there, halfway inside the Villa half. The Villa have come out with the ball, and now here is McGinn, who hits that typical McGinn pass, centre field, over the top, down the right hand side. Watkins reaches it now, in the full-back position, looks for the cross, it's deflected up into the gloves of Alisson, who is being challenged for it, but he held on to it securely and quickly gives it out. And now it is Jota who's taking the ball away over the halfway line. What a start to the match this is. Jota then lays it forward for Diaz. Digne in with a challenge. The ball bounces across the penalty area and Martinez is out to slide onto it.
Speed of Jota there running with the ball.
Villa dicing with danger on the edge of their own box there, but they've played it out nicely. They've played around Liverpool. And now it is Villa with Cash, and then the ball in field, and then Douglas Luiz back centre field, and Nakamba will go back into central defence. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1, 10 minutes on the clock, and rich entertainment so far for this capacity crowd inside Villa Park, this famous old ground, the whole end to my right, all of the banners draped across the middle of the stand, just not too far away from Spaghetti Junction on the M6, and Tyrone Mings up to the halfway line to Danny Ings, and now Digne with a left-footed cross into the box, but that's cushioned away by the right instep of Virgil van Dijk. Villa take up possession again. I remember John McGinn having a really good game in that match against Villa, against Liverpool, the 7-2 last season. Mind you, most of the Villa players did. Ball played out to the right-hand side for Villa from the central area by Coutinho, and now it's chipped into the box and it's taken on by Cash. Cash pulls it across, only half cleared by Matip. Digne with a chance. Oh, he snatched at it and hit it wildly, sliced it wildly high and behind. It very nearly hit the smoked glass frontage of the hospitality boxes in the North Stand.
So much energy from the 2 full-backs. Digne getting on into it, but Cash had the beating of Hotter there down the right hand side, but they are causing them some problems. especially with that diamond in midfield. Who picks up who?
Yeah, that's what Jurgen Klopp has got to work out, how to play against this. Steven Gerrard's obviously had this in mind for Liverpool. So Coutinho, who we've not really seen involved yet, despite the hurly-burly of this start. But Coutinho centrally with Ings forward to his right and Watkins forward to his left, as the ball's played forward by Tsimikas. And now it's carried infield from the left-hand side. Liverpool still going with Diaz, but he loses possession. And so Villa are able to take it on into the centre circle. There's a man down. Douglas Luiz is down, but he's got up again. And Liverpool were thinking about putting it out of play, actually, Alexander-Arnold, but because Douglas Luiz was so quickly onto his feet, Liverpool continue to come forward. Here's Sadio Mane now, step over from him, takes on Cash, left-footed cross. Oh, he's hit it straight behind the near post. Mishit it. Sadio Mane did everything right up until then, and then an awful delivery straight behind for a goal kick.
I think it was a divot on that beautiful pitch.
I'm not so sure about that. So it's a goal kick to Aston Villa. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. So we can catch our breath, Jonathan, after that first 13 minutes.
It's been pulsating. It really has.
Whenever Liverpool and Manchester City are playing now, right through until the culmination of this Premier League title, you'll hear the commentary on 5 Live. So tomorrow night we'll be at Wolves, not too far away, for Wolves against Manchester City, plus coverage of all of the midweek action tomorrow night. Busier night tomorrow. Ollie Watkins has taken a tumble, and I think he's maybe landed on his wrist. So he's holding his right forearm, and he's just rolled over onto his knees. He was tangling with Matip, and I think it's the way he's fallen onto his arm.
Yeah, I think he's just twisted underneath him. Nothing malice in that. Yeah, it looks like he just twisted it, and maybe Matip's landed on it awkwardly, but he's up now.
Possibly Matip did just land on his arm when he put his foot down. So 1-1, and Liverpool with Van Dijk at the back, passing the ball here to Alexander-Arnold, who rolls it in centrally. Curtis Jones. In comes the challengers. John McGinn again tries to go between 2 Liverpool players, but Keita comes out with the ball. Diaz now. Diaz in between 2 Villa men. He was caught there by McGinn. John Moss is going to let that go though, because Liverpool are on the attack. He's playing the advantage. Jones. Not sure the advantage has quite developed yet, but Liverpool are still in possession. Tsimikas now centrally to Jones. Then back to the Greek again on the left side. And then back towards Fabinho, who will go to Van Dijk near the centre circle. Aston Villa, who've had a little bit of decent form, 3 matches unbeaten, won the last 2. Good win for them at Burnley at the weekend. So Norwich and Burnley were their last 2 wins. Different matter playing against this Liverpool team going for the title. It's a long pass from Van Dijk into the penalty area, but that is won by Digne, who clears it away to the edge of the area. Little touch from McGinn, and then Watkins is just leaned into by Matip. And actually John Moss is going to come back to that initial challenge, which was probably 90 seconds ago, and he's going to speak to John McGinn. And it's not going to be a yellow card, but I think that's a final warning from McGinn.
Yeah, his next will be a yellow card. Good play by John Moss, to be honest with you. He let Liverpool have the advantage.
Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. This is 5 Live, BBC Sounds, and here's Alexander-Arnold crossing it from right to left, full-back to full-back. Usually Alexander-Arnold to Robertson. Today it's Tsimikas. Now Jones up to it. Mane on the edge of the area, took a heavy touch. Cash came in with a challenge, and then Jones and Cash as well. A dive into that challenge as well. And then Ings has gone down. He was being challenged by Fabinho. Ball cleared away downfield, and John Moss allows it all to go. Goal free kick.
Cash's challenge looked a bit naughty. He really steamed in there.
Long one from Van Dijk from the back towards the edge of the box. Jota takes that down. Diogo Jota being forced wide by Konza, and then Jota goes down, and that's a free kick for Liverpool, says John Moss, and Konza is furious, and still Steven Gerrard down here, and he's telling Ford official Andy Madley exactly what he thinks of that decision. Free kick to Liverpool.
Mr. Madley's getting it in the neck from both barrels, from Klopp and Gerrard.
Yeah, he's got the short straw tonight, Andy Madley. And Villa are incensed by that. I think they're incensed because challenges have been allowed to go, and that one's been pulled up. So it's a free kick to Liverpool in front of the whole end. Here's the high delivery to the penalty spot. Diaz with a header. It's bounced down and is scraped away. Cash was in there for Villa. Martinez diving down for it as well on the edge of the 6-yard box. That was last-ditch stuff. Now Alexander-Arnold strikes the ball into the penalty area, but it's over the top and slightly behind Matip. We haven't got a chance with that. And it's out of play for a goal kick, and the Villa supporters vent their spleen. They've seen the way that the players have reacted after the awarding of that free kick, and also Steven Gerrard as well, and they're letting John Moss and the officials know about it. It's out for a throw, not a goal kick. Well, the throw in to be taken by Digne, up the line, flicked on by Danny Ings, and high to the edge of the bottle. Well, it's bounced off the chest of Cash. Liverpool are all over this. Mane to Jota. Jota's left foot shot takes a double deflection and bounces through to Martinez.
It's a big opportunity. Cash really sloppy in that area of the pitch, and Hotter pounced. Hotter should expect to score.
Hit that angle, hit the defender with the initial shot that bounced back to him. Liverpool come again. Mane into the penalty area. Mings takes a touch, and then Martinez is able to clear it to the halfway line. I think it's just begun to settle a little, and Liverpool now, after being rocked by going a goal down, but they were only down for 3 minutes, but then it was to and fro. But now we've got more of a pattern here with Liverpool dominating the possession more, as Mane takes it up again, curls a pass out to the left hand side. Tsimikas has got time. Here's the cross, which is headed wide by Sadio Mane near the penalty spot, just ahead of the penalty spot actually. The Liverpool fans in the ground on the other side of the goal were thinking that was heading into the top corner, but we were right behind it, weren't we? And we knew it was 2 or 3 yards wide.
We knew that was going wide, but you can see what Liverpool are trying to do now. The full-backs will always be spare when you play against a diamond formation, so as soon as they can get the switch on, that's when the full-backs will be free, and that's what they're starting to do now.
Yeah, Liverpool fans over on the other side in the lower tier of the Doug Ellis stand, from their angle that will have looked as though it was heading to the top corner, but John Matip then comes in with a challenge on Digne, and the Liverpool fans wanted a free kick for that one. The referee again has allowed play to go. Villa 1, Liverpool 1. Tyrone Mings just turns the ball to his right to Konza, and then forward towards Marvelous Nakamba, and it finds its way all the way back to Martinez again, who's quickly put under pressure, but it gets it onto his left foot. The Argentine plays it up to the former Liverpool striker Danny Ings, who had no sort of luck when he was at Liverpool, and then Digne is caught from behind by Fabinho. Just a little foul that one, but it is a free kick, and of course we get the ironic cheers from the Villa supporters, and Digne's got something to say about this, so John Moss is going to speak to him, and this is very close to where the two managers are there. Steven Gerrard just crosses his arms, looks less than impressed. Jurgen Klopp unmoved, and Liverpool drop back as Villa take the free kick short. 1-1 the score. 20 minutes played, and Martinez now with the ball at his feet to the halfway line, where it's chested infield by Watkins, and then Liverpool take up possession again with Fabinho inside his own half. Fabinho all the way back to Alisson, who passes it out. Oh, and he was lucky. He's able to recover. He hit it straight at Watkins. It bounced past him, and before Watkins could get there, Alisson was able to get up, turn around, see the ball, and clear it away on the edge of his box.
That was panic stations. You can see it with Alisson now. He's apologising. But that's what type of goalkeeper he is. He's an outstanding goalkeeper. He does take risks. But he just really got caught out there. He was so lucky.
He was very lucky that Ollie Watkins wasn't able to get past him to the ball, and actually he wasn't sure of his bearings either. Liverpool again with the ball at the back. Fabinho to Alisson, who just gets rid of it this time, right-footed, very wise after that little scare.
Fullbacks are on all day long. Liverpool fullbacks.
Tsimikas taking it forward. Here's the cross. No, that's Tua. high one, easy meat for Martinez to catch that one, and no Liverpool player anywhere near them. So too much space, you're saying, Jonathan, for Alexander-Arnold and Tsimikas?
Yeah, if Liverpool switch the play quick enough, the fullbacks are going to be on all day, because with Aston Villa playing their diamond, most of their bodies are in the centre of the pitch, and it's too far for Digne to go out and press Trent.
There's a challenge by Fabinho into the side of Coutinho, and I could hear him shout from here, Coutinho, as he went down. I think it took the wind out of him, that challenge. So another little free kick by Fabinho. So that's two in the space of 2 or 3 minutes. Jurgen Klopp is on to Andy Madley again, and it is a free kick to Aston Villa. 1-1 the score. So Douglas Luiz, the early goal for Villa, but Joel Matip equalising for Liverpool. Free kick taken down the line, Digne with a cross, comes off Alexander-Arnold. The ball loops away over the hoardings for a corner to Villa from the left.
He was alert there to Alexander-Arnold to Digne. He's going to have to do that. If Diaz doesn't go with him, it's up to Alexander-Arnold to deal with that threat.
Digne, who was an Everton player earlier this season, of course, before becoming one of Steven Gerrard's January signings. Digne is going to take this, the French international, back to Douglas Luiz. So they take it short, give it back to McGinn. Left foot, the ball in from McGinn, it's good! And it's headed over the top. What a chance for Danny Ings, coming in on that edge of the 6-yard box, but got just underneath it and headed it over the angle of post and bar.
It was a perfect height for him. Put the ball in from John McGinn. He's really impressed me. He's started well, John McGinn. Excellent way to pass. Beautiful left foot. Oh, he puts that in a fantastic area for Ings. Ings will be disappointed with that.
Ings will feel he should have scored, and Villa should be back in front. As it is, it's 1-1, and Douglas Luiz has gone down. He's actually gone down, grabbed the ball, and I think before the whistle went.
He needs to wait for the whistle,
and it's a handball, and it's a Liverpool free kick.
Goes down too early and grabs hold of the ball. You can't do that.
Steven Gerrard and Jurgen Klopp, this is actually worth watching this, because they've not said anything to one another, and you know, in all likelihood Steven Gerrard is not going to speak out a turn to the Liverpool manager, but the two of them are simmering.
Both passionate. What you want to see, John. I enjoy seeing managers show passion on the sideline.
I'm sure the Liverpool fans want to see Steven Gerrard giving Jurgen Klopp a piece of his mind, which he hasn't yet. We should make clear. So Watkins, Coutinho is fouled by Fabinho, 10 yards inside the Liverpool half. That's 3 now. 3 little fouls by Fabinho.
You can see Fabinho's job is to get around Coutinho and stop him from playing, because he can make this team really play and pull strings.
Yeah, Liverpool
gets into areas which are difficult to pick up.
Liverpool know all about the threat of Philippe Coutinho, and here he is. Coutinho on the ball, gets it into the penalty area. Mings heads it across the box, but Matip was underneath it and was able to clear it away. Mane heads it, but he's headed it straight back to Villa. Now here is McGinn, right-footed pass over the top from him. It's over the top of Tsimikas, but I think it will bounce through. It'll bounce through for a goal kick. It's 1-1. And there's a good spell for Villa.
Yeah, it's not often that you see this Liverpool side lose as many headers as they have done in the 18-yard box. I say they've lost 5 already with 25 minutes to go. It's not like them Van Dijk, Matip normally really dominant in that area of the pitch.
Villa, the noise comes out of the hold end to our right. 1-1 the score. And Liverpool in possession, with Fabinho, who took a heavy touch. Coutinho was all over him, and now Villa come forward. The ball's played through to Ings on the left side of the penalty area, but it was overhit by Coutinho, so Ings allowed it to run, kept it in play. Liverpool are back in position now. Coutinho curls it into the box, although that's a nervy clearance by Tsimikas. Could perhaps have let that go, and it's bounced out of play just down left here for a throw into Villa.
A few bits of sloppy play by Liverpool. It's not Alisson, it's Fabinho giving the ball away in simple areas of the pitch, and this crowd's right behind Aston Villa.
So it's been given Liverpool's way. It did appear to take a final touch off the Liverpool man, and Steven Gerrard immediately turns to the assistant referee on the halfway line, who gave that. Fabinho is sat down now on the edge of the of the penalty area, and the medical people are going to come on. And let's just got to keep our wits about us here, Jonathan, because a number of the Villa players have come over to the halfway line. Steven Gerrard is now out there speaking to his captain, Tyrone Mings. The fourth official, Andy Magley, is speaking to Luca Digne. Jurgen Klopp is just keeping his own counsel at the moment, but Steven Gerrard acted angrily when that throw-in went against his team. But Fabinho has sat down, so this is an issue. Cup final on Saturday for Liverpool, don't forget. Fabinho's got a knock here. Big player.
I think it's coming off. But you get opinions. Will Steven Gerrard be up for this game? Will he want Liverpool to win? Not a chance. Not a chance. He's professional. He wants this more than anything. You can see. To be fair, he was like this in England training. He wanted to win everything. If it was five-a-side a possession game, it's no different. He is a winner, a born winner.
Yeah. He was a super England captain, wasn't he? The way that he carried himself.
Honestly, in England training, you've never seen a player dominate the possession session like him. And when he passes the ball, when he was a player, he used to pass it with such a noise. Like, you can imagine the world's best golfers and they hit the golf swing and you hear the thrashing of the ball. But when he passed the ball, it was exactly like that, the noise that come off the football.
Different for him.
It's different.
Steven Gerrard. And Fabinho is going to walk off the field now. Jordan Henderson has been warming up for Liverpool. Just looking to see if he's getting himself ready or not. I think they're going to see how Fabinho is. This is the other factor today. I mean, Don mentioned it right at the start of the programme. We'll hear from Don Hutchison again at half-time. Former Scotland international, former Liverpool man. With this team selection that Jurgen Klopp has gone for tonight, first thing Don said was, well, they do have a cup final on Saturday. And Fabinho has walked across. I think Jordan Henderson is getting himself ready. He's spoken, Fabinho, to Jurgen Klopp, and now he's walked off the field, and I think that is it. And Jordan Henderson is going to come on. So half an hour played. Clearly that's going to be an issue. Manchester City have lost players, important players. Now Liverpool could have lost Fabinho, but we'll see. Ball and play is back underway. It's hiked out by Keita. Liverpool are playing with 10 men for the time being. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. Jordan Henderson is now ready, and they'll make the change. The ball's out of play now, and John Moss is saying, yeah, we'll have the change right now. So Jordan Henderson comes on, obviously as good a replacement as you could possibly get. But that's a setback for Liverpool to lose him with the matches they've got. Champions League final coming up, FA Cup final. They will not want to lose him for those big matches.
He's a big player for Fabinho in the centre of that pitch. Anchors the midfield. I know Henderson prefers to drive on, but that spine with him in it makes him slightly weaker.
Not only that, clearly Jurgen Klopp was thinking he needs to give Jordan Henderson a rest tonight, but Henderson's into the action after half an hour. Virgil van Dijk comes across, gives the club captain the armband immediately, so he's got that on his upper left arm. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. You're listening to it with us on 5 Live Sport and BBC Sounds. This is the Premier League, and this is Liverpool with Henderson into the challenge, but the ball bounces away for Villa. And again, he has been instrumental in this match for Villa so far. Then Tsimikas in with a challenge on Coutinho, on Douglas Luiz. That's not a free kick. Play continues, and then McGinn is challenged by Keita. Ball bounces up. Henderson plays it forward to Luis Diaz. Diaz now takes it on into the full-back position, chips it towards the back post, but I think he's put too much on it. He has. It's drifted away behind. And again, Villa are incensed that challenge on Douglas Luiz was not given as a free kick. And Tyrone Mings is now speaking to John Moss.
Yeah, there's letting the game go, and that's a blatant foul. It's a blatant foul, and John Moss needs to be better there. He's been a fantastic referee over the years in the Premier League, but it's a blatant foul that.
Let's see what this could be. John Moss, I don't know what his games and what his appointments are. This could be his last big game, and it has to be said he is struggling with it tonight. There's a number of fouls that he's let go. It's wound up the crowd, it's wound up the players, and it's wound up Steven Gerrard and Jurgen Klopp. Alexander-Arnold takes the throw to Jones bounces back centrally. Jota turns, puts his foot on the ball. Little ball through to Mane. Now Keita back into the area. Luis Diaz then to Mane, but the offside flag is up and the goal will not stand. And Luis Diaz actually comes hobbling away from that. I think he's okay.
The run from Diaz, from out to win. Digne lets him go. He's 2 yards off, but he makes that run. Just wasn't timed perfectly. I tell you what, he will keep on getting in if he makes them runs.
So it is 1-1 and Villa with a free kick. Mo Salah and Thiago are both out warming up. We had no chance of seeing that offside because it's at the wrong end for us, isn't it? Our position here is about halfway down the side of one half, the half that Villa are attacking into. And we're sitting right down here at the front, a front row view as Coutinho and Digne combine, and Coutinho hits a curling shot, but it didn't dip enough and it was over the top of the crossbar, and that's what they love to see. That's what Liverpool fans used to love to see. That's what Villa fans are enjoying now.
I thought that was in, but it was a play when he just chipped it over Alexander-Arnold's head and gets a 1-2 off Digne, and I'm just thinking, bend it in that far corner off his right foot. It just didn't get the dip. But that's what he can do. He can light up a stadium. Philippe Coutinho.
As Villa played it forward, but Watkins slipped at the crucial point. So Matip got there first and played it back to Alisson, who clears downfield. What an enjoyable first half this has been, as darkness just begins to take effect. It's dusk, actually, in the West Midlands, as Martinez hits it downfield onto the head of Van Dijk.
Villa have played well, John. They haven't given Liverpool a second, really, when you think about the game, being in the intensity of the team.
Yeah, and it is Liverpool, though, who come forward. Keita just goes around Nakamba, then stabs it to Luis Diaz just outside the D. He turns and then finds Alexander-Arnold on the right of the box. Low ball right across the penalty area, could have fallen to anyone. It took a deflection in there off Mane and then fell nicely for Douglas Luiz to sweep it away to safety.
Trent Alexander-Arnold put it on a platter, on a silver platter. Oh, he's got to score.
Missed kick by Keita.
Keita has to score in that scenario, situation, has to score.
Big chance. 10 yards out, middle of the goal. Miskicked it. So it remains 1-1, but chances at either end. Actually, Villa have had clearer chances than Liverpool.
They have. Do you know what, just watching there when the ball's in the Aston Villa half, Van Dijk, Matip, 2-on-2 with Ings and Watkins. They're that good, they will go 2-on-2. I love seeing that. Doesn't always have to be 3v2. If your defenders can do it, let them do it.
So 2 goals in the first 6 minutes, but that's been the end of the scoring thus far. 10 minutes to go to half-time. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Alexander-Arnold playing the ball over the top, but that's got far too much on it. And Martinez has got the ball in his hands. So more Premier League commentary tomorrow night, Wolves against Manchester City. More Premier League commentary on Thursday night, Tottenham against Liverpool. If you didn't hear the news yesterday, big news on the Premier League radio rights for the next 3 seasons. We always have broadcast more Premier League commentaries than anyone else, and we will continue to do that for the next 3 seasons. So good news if you enjoy what we do. Here's Cash bringing the ball forward over the halfway line. Cash playing it back into his own half to Konza, tapping it forward towards Douglas Luiz, and now here's Mings, who passes it out towards the left-hand side to Digne. Digne forward towards McGinn, who's peeled out towards the left wing. Heavy touch actually this time from McGinn's, usually so sure, and Alexander-Arnold goes for one of those early passes, but Tyrone Mings came across and chested it down.
Read it well there, Tyrone Mings.
And Aston Villa have it again halfway inside their own half. The ball is played out towards the right-hand side. Tottenham Arsenal on Thursday. What did I say? Tottenham Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool aren't playing a game on Thursday night, don't worry. They've got a lot of games, but not that often. So the North London derby on Thursday night, don't miss that. That should be a good one as well. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1, and Martinez with his free kick on the edge of his own penalty area. Nakamba turns it to his right, and then Konza to Cash. Long pass downfield from Cash, looking for Watkins with the run. He was trying to He was trying to unsettle Virgil van Dijk, but you won't be surprised to hear that he didn't manage to do that. And Van Dijk stood strong, headed it away. Villa again with it. Cash. Everything Villa do that's good is applauded to the rafters around Villa Park. And back it goes there to goalkeeper Martinez. Very good signing, wasn't he, in the Dean Smith Martinez?
Top signing to get a goalkeeper of that calibre.
Yeah, it really helped to move the club forward, didn't it? Seems as Nakamba comes in, that looked like a really good challenge on Henderson, and that's been given as a free kick to Liverpool.
I think I'm watching a different game, John. It was never a foul, was it?
Certainly didn't
never
look like
a foul
on first viewing. So a free kick, and you can hear the reaction to that. I think John Moss is going to get a good old-fashioned booing off at half-time here, and it has to be said, it's been an uncomfortable first half for the referee. Here's Tsimikas on the left-hand side, and now Jones comes forward with it centrally. Curtis Jones, ball's deflected right across to Keita. Keita turns, flicks it back to Alexander-Arnold centrally, goes on a weaving run, but he runs into Douglas Luiz, and Villa have got it back. And then Alexander-Arnold just bumps over Coutinho. And then Coutinho comes in with what was not a very good challenge on Curtis Jones. Now the referee had already blown up, I think, before Coutinho came in with that challenge, and he's given a free kick to Liverpool.
Challenges are always going to happen like this because the referee's lost control of the game, and when you could see it there off the ball, Coutinho got ahead of Alexander-Arnold, he just dragged him back, so Coutinho's frustrated. The referee has to see that, his assistant has to see it. If we can see it, John, they can see it surely.
Yeah, free kick, Liverpool, and Van Dijk hoists one towards the right-hand side, and then there's an aerial challenge by Digne, and Diaz goes and puts his hands up to his face, and he's gone down, he's got his hands, both hands on his face, and he is rolling over and over, and Diaz is now flat on his face. The ball went out of play. It's not clear initially whether that's been given as a free kick or not. It's just an arm from Digne as he jumped for that. So he did.
Digne never took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah,
he never took his eye off the ball. Look, if you can see it,
Digne came running across, and he has caught him. The arm has caught Luis Diaz. And
it's not worth a double backward somersault.
It's not. But I think what you say is right. That the players sense that the referee is having an uncertain night.
Yeah, you can see that. The way he hasn't blown up for some fouls and some free kicks he hasn't given, and some of the decisions have been a bit strange all evening.
They have. And the net result of that is throw in, which actually I think is probably the right decision. It could have been a foul. It could have been a foul because he caught him with his arm at last. Throw in.
We all make mistakes, John.
We do.
I've made a few.
Yeah. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1 as half-time approaches. 5 minutes to go to half-time. 5 Live Sport live from Villa Park tonight. Steve Crossman's here with us, so you'll hear from him at the break. And Liverpool coming down the left-hand side again, but Konza will come across and clear that high up into the lower tier of the Doug Ellis stand on the far side of the ground. And if you were listening actually early in the programme and you heard Ian Carter, our golf correspondent, with Greg Norman, which was very, very interesting, the little excerpt that we heard, we will hear more from that interview with Greg Norman at half-time. Ball out for a throw level with the edge of the penalty area. Liverpool take it. And then the ball is transferred to Matip in the centre circle, Liverpool's goal scorer, his second of the season. Now to the right-hand side to Alexander-Arnold, who's got space yet across. That could spell danger. It's a deep one right across the penalty area, and Jones couldn't get there, advancing at the far post, and it bounced straight through for a goal kick. Normally in that position, the opposition are put in under some pressure, but he overhit that.
Yeah, he has got incredible delivery, Alexander-Arnold, but not on that occasion. Just slightly overhit it, to the relief, I'm sure, of Tyrone Mings and Cash.
Yeah, goal kick to Villa. Speaking of relief, I bet you're looking forward to standing up at half-time.
It's tight in here.
It's very tight.
I've got pins and needles in my feet, John, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think you might be out for the weekend. So it's a goal kick for Villa. Brilliant view here, but it is just a little bit tight on the knees for the taller gentleman. Long ball downfield from the goal kick. Van Dijk heads it back into the centre circle. Then Digne nods it forward. Alexander-Arnold with the volley. It was a waist-high volley. Luis Diaz being booed after going down and reacting as he did. Excellent challenge from Digne, but Diaz keeps his feet this time. And the Colombian, look at this talent, Jonathan, that we've got here. The footwork, what footwork. And then he gets the crossover, but it's intercepted by Nakamba. And Nakamba's given it away to Jones, who shoots, but it's too close to Martinez, who dives to his left and makes a routine save, actually.
There you go about Diaz. You say about Diaz. His time in the Premier League has been short, but it's been fantastic. A few months he's been in the league with us, but you can see there his footwork, he's quick, he's exactly what Liverpool needs, and he's added depth to the squad.
Curtis Jones, good position that, wasn't it? 22 yards out, tried to whip it, but just didn't catch it as he wanted at all, and Martinez just had to dive to his left and make a very straightforward save. The ball bouncing down here at the other end for Villa, but Coutinho won't reach that, and it's out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold spins the ball in his right hand as he holds it up, and will take this throw. Less than 2 minutes of the first half to play. Alexander-Arnold takes the throw up the line. Digne heads it back, comes onto the chest of Ings, bounces for Alexander-Arnold, who's able to clear it away. Then Mings volleys it forward. Digne heads it on, and then forward it goes from Alexander-Arnold, who just right-footed thumps it and says to Luis Diaz, go on, chase that, which he does, but Martinez is able to come out, and then there's an offside flag as Villa play it back downfield.
That's what I love about the Liverpool front three. No matter who plays there, they chase every lost cause. I mean, Alexander-Arnold just punted the ball upfield. Diaz was after it. If it was hotter, he'd be after it. Mane, Salah, Firmino, they're all exactly the same.
So with this scoreline, Liverpool are losing more ground on Manchester City, but still over half of football to play. 1-1 the score, but it's been really competitive, this match. If you've just switched on, make no mistake about that. Alexander-Arnold playing it forward now, just keeping the ball in play. Mane is able to chest it down, playing it to the left-hand side. Luis Diaz is now popped up over there, and then he plays the ball out to the left-hand side to Jones. Diaz makes himself available, but Jones will use Jordan Henderson further back. Now Luis Diaz again, and then little ball to Jones. Jones beats Nakamba into the penalty area, still going back onto his right foot, plays it back out to the left-hand side to Tsimikas, and then he's been forced away actually by Douglas Luiz to take it almost all the way back to the halfway line. So Liverpool have to change the point of attack. This is tigerish stuff from Aston Villa. Keita to Sadio Mane, outside of his boot, finds Luis Diaz, tries to pull it down with his right foot, but Cash was close, and Cash is able to put it out of play nearer the halfway line for a throw into the home side. 45 minutes are up. Andy Madley, he'll be relieved that that's the case. Andy Madley, the fourth official, going to get away into that referee's room for a rest. Puts up his board, 3 minutes of added time, and Liverpool go back to the halfway line after taking that throw. Added time at the end of the first half. Liverpool attacking with Curtis Jones. Jones beats Nakamba. A right-footed shot. He was looking to whip it into the far top corner, but it dipped over the roof of the net and into the stand behind the goal.
You can see what he's trying to do. He's aggressive in his play, Curtis Jones. I like him as a midfielder, young, English, under 21 international, but he just didn't have the dip on it. I love him as a midfield player. The energy he has. He's getting kept out of the team by top players when he doesn't play.
He's had injuries this season. He had quite a lengthy spell out with COVID as well. So this is only his 17th start in all competitions, Curtis Jones. Goal kick for Villa, half-time approaching. And Martinez's goal kick is headed forward by Matip. Here's Douglas Luiz, and he throws a teasing volley up over the top of the Liverpool back line, but Van Dijk was onto that, and Liverpool are able to clear it. Luis Diaz takes up possession inside his own half and sets off on another run into Villa territory, and then it's played back towards Jordan Henderson. Ball in field from him. Here is Jones, the Black curly-headed Jones plays it to Alexander-Arnold. Low ball in towards the edge of the penalty area. Jota back to Keita. Keita's ball to the edge of the box. Easy for Konsa to clear it downfield. Matip tells Alisson to go back into his penalty area. He says, I've got this dealt with. Watkins is not far away. Matip finds Henderson. We've played almost 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half now. Stunning start to the game when Villa took the lead, then Liverpool equalised, but no further scoring. And now Henderson came on as a substitute for Fabinho. That's a worry for Liverpool with these finals to come. Liverpool watching Matip bringing it forward almost to the edge of the D, then gives it to Keita, and now Alexander-Arnold's crosses hits the first defender Digne and bounces behind. Liverpool are going to have a corner right at the end of the first half.
Matip's done that all season, brings it out so comfortable. When he has the ball at his feet, looks like someone's gone down.
Yeah, Digne has been hit right where it hurts. That was by the cross from Alexander-Arnold, which he was looking to whip into the near post, and he's whipped it into Digne's midriff instead. And he's got both hands on there, and he felt that, like we all would. And it's going to be a corner for Liverpool. I hope Digne's recovered from that. He's made a very quick recovery. Thought he might have stayed down for a little bit longer. So Alexander-Arnold to take this right at the end of the first half. Here's the delivery. The referee spotted some pushing and shoving and blew his whistle before the ball landed in the penalty area. So who are the guilty parties here? Henderson has been spoken to. His England colleague Mings as well. And there's general milling around. Douglas Luiz is in there as well, and Watkins. And so the corner to be taken now. Still we see the grappling. Watkins and Matip is going off. Here's the delivery to the back post, which is headed back across from Liverpool, and Mane was onto it, but there were two Villa defenders there, and the referee spotted a foul, I think possibly by Sadio Mane, and one of those two Villa players, Tyrone Mings, who ended up off the pitch next to the post, and that is a free kick which will not be taken because the half-time whistle is gone, and we've got a race down the touchline here between Jurgen Klopp and Steven Gerrard. They're both of them running to the dressing room. Klopp ran past Steven Gerrard. Gerrard probably saw him and thought, I'm going to do that as well, and off they went sprinting down the touchline, but Klopp got there first, and Fabinho, just watching Fabinho walking down the touchline as well. He's in discussions, he's walking easily enough, but he had to go off injured during the first half, and that is a concern obviously for Liverpool. But on the first half as a whole, Jonathan,
I really enjoyed the energy of both teams. Aston Villa really set about Liverpool early on. Liverpool got back into it, started controlling a little bit of the game, but then again Villa came at them and they haven't stopped. Villa had the best opportunities. This isn't a given for Liverpool, and they need to win in the second half or the league's gone. That is a fact. If they don't win this game, the league's done.
Yeah. And John Moss, sensibly with his assistants, has got a spurt on there, and he's got off the field just as the players were leaving. He didn't wait to come off because I think he knew the reception he would have received. And all the stars are out tonight. There's Kelly Cates down there on the touchline as well. Dion Dublin must be working with the international media tonight as well. So they're all taking up their positions, and we've got time for a breather then at half time. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1 at the break. Not enough for Liverpool. Thank you, Steve. Just a little exchange there as well between Mo Salah and Steven Gerrard as Salah went to take his seat in the dugout. I'm thinking we'll see him in the second half, certainly if the situation that we have at the moment remains. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. No changes at half-time, so Villa with Martinez, Cash, Konsa, Mings and Digne. Then this midfield diamond of Nakamba with Luiz and McGinn either side, and Coutinho behind Ings and Watkins as John Moss blows the whistle. Second half begins, and Liverpool having made the change in the first half, with Henderson coming on for Fabinho, Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk and Tsimikas. So Henderson with Keita and Jones, and then Diaz, Jota, the wide players, and Mane through the middle. Jonathan Woodgate is with us, Premier League defender with Leeds and Newcastle and Tottenham and plenty of others, and And England as well is with us here, and we're watching Liverpool playing it forward towards Jones, who's coming in field now from the left hand side, running with the ball towards the edge of the area. The challenge came in on him from Konza, and he caught him, and it is a free kick. Konza slid in, caught Jones, went sprawling, free kick to Liverpool.
Looked good there. Curtis Jones on the back foot, ran at Konza. Konza just side him down, and there's no way John Moss couldn't say play on with that. That was blatant.
So a free kick in a good position for Liverpool. In his Liverpool days, Philippe Coutinho would have quite liked this sort of angle, wouldn't he? But in the current Liverpool side, Trent Alexander-Arnold likes this sort of angle.
He's more than capable.
He's got the ball in his hands, the Liverpool right back. And you're listening to the teams there. If you weren't with us in the first half, no Andy Robertson tonight, took a knock on the head against Tottenham on Saturday evening, and Salah's on the bench, Thiago as well. So free kick for Liverpool here. Jordan Henderson directing operations. He's giving the orders and instructions to Curtis Jones. Tsimikas is standing to the right of the ball, so that's a possibility. Alexander-Arnold to the left. The wall is a couple of yards inside the box, and the referee's just delaying things. I think he's saying the Liverpool players are too close to the Villa wall, and he's going to move Curtis Jones 6 inches, and Ollie Watkins is saying you've not moved them enough, because they have to be the required distance away, the opposition players, from the wall. So this free kick ready to be taken. Liverpool have got a fake wall there of 3 just to the right of the real wall as we look at it. Alexander-Arnold with a free kick. Oh, it's good, but it is just over the top left corner, with Martinez struggling to get there.
Yeah, that wasn't far away. Martinez flapping. He was, and I thought it was just going to nestle in the near side corner. Martinez he was really stretching for it. He was worried.
So Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. 5 Live Sport, BBC Sounds, live from Villa Park. Just getting dark now. The clouds look threatening overhead now, with the floodlights brightly on. And Martinez, all in yellow, down to our left, takes this goal kick. But Van Dijk leans over Ings, wins the header. Ings had a really good chance with a header in the first half. Cash stands on the ball near the halfway line. So Liverpool in the cream-coloured shirts, black shorts, cream socks for the black tops, get the ball under control. Alexander-Arnold passing it forward to Luis Diaz. Interesting to see what sort of reaction there is from Liverpool in the second half. Now Mane inside the penalty area, right over on the right-hand side. And then Diaz is there as well. Left-footed cross towards the back post. Jota with a header, back to the edge of the area. It was just nicked away by Douglas Luiz for Aston Villa. And Douglas Luiz now fires it forward. It bounces off Coutinho. Coutinho beats Van Dijk. Coutinho now into the penalty area on the right-hand side. Van Dijk recovers, puts in the challenge. No, Coutinho slips, goes down, and Van Dijk comes away with the ball.
Just looked like Coutinho slowed down a little bit. I thought he slowed down instead of going for the jugular. And Van Dijk gets back. He's so quick.
1-1. Now Liverpool attack at the other end. This is like the start of the first half, and then Nakamba in with a crunching challenge on Diaz. No free kick given. The ball did bounce away at an angle which suggested that he did get the ball, Nakamba, as well as a little bit of Diaz. And then there's a challenge from Digne on Alexander-Arnold as well, just letting him know he was there. And play continues. Alexander-Arnold curls it over the top through the middle to Luis Diaz, but Martinez is out and is able to gather the ball as it bounced through to him.
Again, the run from Luis Diaz from out to in, inside Digne. Digne was nowhere to be seen. He'd lost him. I said previous in the first half, if he keeps on making them runs, he's going to get in. He will get in if he keeps on making them runs, because Digne isn't aware of him.
4 minutes played in the second half. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. Just seeing that replay of Coutinho. He got away from Van Dijk there, but the recovery really from Van Dijk was remarkable. Having been beaten, next thing he's there in front of him in the penalty area.
He glides, doesn't he? He's a glider. Not a hair out of place. Immaculate. Never see him with mucky shorts, do you, or mucky knees. Always stays on his feet. It's a joy to watch, John, to be honest. I can watch him all day long.
Yes, I know you're a big fan. Your old position. Here's Henderson passing it forward, and then it comes infield to Keita. He had a chance as well. Talk about Danny Ings' opportunity. Keita with a big chance that he mishit. 1-1. This will do very nicely for Manchester City, as Tsimikas now brings it to the edge of the penalty area, but the pass was telegraphed to Nakamba was in on it, and then Nakamba plays it infield, but Henderson was quick to win that. Luis Diaz went to ground, ball bounced up, it hit Konza. Keita with a shot, that comes back, it was blocked on the edge of the area. Henderson chips it in. Martinez goes for it, so did Cash. Two Villa players together, they collided, and the ball bounces across the penalty area out to the left, where Digne was able to clear it via deflection out of play for a throw-in.
Cash couldn't hear Martinez. It's not loud in Villa Park. You can't hear players talking at times. You just need to be a bit more aware. But Martinez did the right thing
in that Scottish Premiership match that Dundee have got to win, otherwise they'll be relegated tonight. Dundee have scored a second goal. They're 2-1 up on Hibernian. Mulligan with a second. So 2-1 Dundee lead. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. So with this scoreline, a draw, Manchester City would obviously stay top, be a 2-point lead, and Manchester City, were it to stay like this, would need 5 points to win the title, as Ings plays it forward, and now the chance for Watkins, but in comes the challenge, and that was a very good challenge in the penalty area. Just as Watkins is looking to shoot, in came Tsimikas to put in the challenge, take the ball, and it bounced away. I think he might have hurt himself in the challenge.
Yeah, I think it was a follow through from Watkins that hurt him, but it was just round on the cover there. Tsimikas, an excellent deputy to Robertson, doesn't get the credit that he's due. Another astute signing by the Liverpool recruitment team.
Yeah, not played a great deal of football, was injured for much of last season. Kostas Tsimikas, 26 on Thursday, and but he has looked the part when he's played this season for the most part. And Tsimikas, that was important, that was big for Liverpool, that challenge.
That was huge, because no doubt Watkins would have scored. He was in a great position.
So Liverpool with it inside their own half, and back it goes to the edge of the penalty area. Yeah, if it stays like this, Manchester City would need 5 points from 3 matches to retain the title. But there is still over half an hour of football to be played here at Villa Park as the ball bounces away. Jota is adjudged to have nudged over Konza, and that's a free kick to Villa on the edge of their own penalty area.
Yeah, the linesman made a brave decision there, right in front of the Liverpool fans. I bet he was getting all sorts of verbals there, but he made the right decision.
Yeah, it was. There was a hand in the back. So it remains 1-1. Tomorrow night you will hear Wolves against Manchester City if you're listening to 5 Live at this time. Chris Sutton will be sitting alongside us at Molineux, and then Thursday night commentary on Tottenham against Arsenal. Ian Dennis will have all the space that he needs at the new Tottenham Stadium. No dangers there for Ian, no questions about space. And then join us as well, 5 Live on Saturday afternoon, the place to listen to the FA Cup final, which should be quite a day. Villa coming forward, but the ball bounces up from Matip on the edge of the penalty area, and now it's carried away by Henderson, who passes it to the left hand side to Tsimikas. Big moments these, important half hour coming up for Liverpool and for Manchester City in the title race. And of course Aston Villa have got their own ambitions to get into the top half of the Premier League. That seems to be quite a target for Steven Gerrard this season, if he can do that. Tsimikas playing it infield towards Jota. Jota evades the challenge that comes in from Nakamba. Now Mane squared Alexander-Arnold, who's passed into the area, bounces back off a Villa player, could have gone anywhere. Alexander-Arnold then skips away from Douglas Luiz's challenge centrally. Ball on the left hand side, back to Alexander-Arnold again. Little chip into the penalty area. It's headed up in the air by Digne. He's able to recover and get a second header on it. It bounces up from McGinn, but Liverpool are able to put pressure on him, Mane, and then the ball eventually bounces away out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool from Alexander-Arnold's mishit crossfield pass. Liverpool throw, Villa throw.
You can see Salah getting warmed up, Thiago getting warmed up. You can see them both coming on soon. Liverpool have to win this game.
Yeah, Jurgen Klopp, when he named this team and made all his changes, made 5 changes for this match, apart from Robertson, who obviously had to be without tonight. One of those matches where the hope will have been for Klopp that this team will have been able to win comfortably enough and then make the changes late on, but that's not the case. And now Sadio Mane is bringing the ball forward, and he has Villa players either side of him. Down he goes, wins the free kick, was sandwiched from either side. That's been disputed by Villa.
It was a free kick. Look at the strength of Mane, the balance, the pace, the speed.
It's a definite free kick.
So hard to stop him in mid-flight.
First of all, he was being dragged back by Nakamba. Then John McGinn came in and caught him. It is a free kick. Now this is a little further out, Jonathan.
It's still like Alexander-Arnold's lining this up. Yeah. This distance probably suits you a bit more to get the ball over the wall and down.
Jordan Henderson is the Liverpool substitute, came on in the first half for Fabinho, just chatting away. They say he's one of the great talkers, don't they, on the football field, Jordan Henderson. And
you could see that from a young age when he played at Sunderland. You could see he had that in him, that leadership, the leadership qualities.
Just standing to the right of the ball, Henderson leaving it to Tsimikas, and actually Tsimikas is now walking away. Tsimikas is just standing in front of the ball to the right. It's just a one-man Liverpool wall, and Matip actually has been shoved away by Watkins. So it is Alexander-Arnold with the free kick. It's deflected, and that carries it away up and beyond the top right of the wall. That was deflected, wasn't it? That looked like, to me, it was deflected. Did it hit a Liverpool player? I think it was just a shank. Or did he just miss hit it? No, he didn't. He just missed it. Yeah. Not like him. It is not. He went for the other corner, of course. Previous free kick, he went for top left as he was looking.
Trying to play mind games with
Martinez and hit it wide of the top right corner. So Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1 remains the score. Villa coming forward. They've continued to show that they are a threat here. You know, we're certainly not discounting Villa getting in front for the second time in the match. Throwing taken by Cash down the line. Comes off Coutinho. Danny Ings is chasing it. Van Dijk is there, passes it up the line. And then Tsimikas likewise. And then Cash with a header. Before it bounced out of play, Coutinho was challenging for it. Tsimikas was there. He shoved him over. The question is whether the ball was already out or not. And they're saying it wasn't. It was a foul.
Jurgen Klopp's going crazy with the referee in the centre of the pitch. I think he's left Andy Madley alone for this one, and he's going route one for the ref.
Free kick taken short by Villa. Coutinho receives it, crosses, but hits the first defender. Jota heads it away, comes out to Nakamba. Nakamba to the edge of the box, and then Keita is able to put in the challenge, and Villa have to come back and defend. And my attention is being drawn to something that's happening over on the far side of the field. Stewart's moving around, but all seems to have calmed down with whatever it was. And Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1 continues to be the score. So Van Dijk passing the ball forward towards Keita. Now Tsimikas over the halfway line he goes. Curtis Jones. Back it goes again to Naby Keita. And then Jones squaring infield towards Mane. John McGinn went down after Mane challenged for the ball, caught him. Free kick for Liverpool. More home cheers. This is going to be tough for Liverpool to get the win that they need. That much is clear.
We thought that before the game. Though John, when we were talking about it on air and off air, we thought it would be difficult for Liverpool this game. Aston Villa are a good team. And Steven Gerrard's got them playing good football with a good intensity.
Yeah, they're going to be ones to watch, I think. Here's Cash on the right. Good looking cross, but Matip was there. Watkins behind him. Matip cleared it straight up in the air. Didn't quite clear the penalty area. Liverpool get it away. Jota now goes to ground near the halfway line. Douglas Luiz couldn't keep the ball in play, and it's out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Yeah, Villa are not backing down, not at all. And after Liverpool received that big test from Antonio Conte's team on Saturday night, if you were with us at Anfield, then this too is quite the challenge for Liverpool. But here is Mane now getting away down the right hand side, but the cross is blocked by Tyrone Mings. Comes back to Sadio Mane, and now Alexander-Arnold allows the ball to roll. It's played infield towards Naby Keita, and then Keita dinks it to the edge of the area. That's cleared by Luca Digne. Van Dijk, as the ball bounces up to knee level, just lifts it square to the left to Tsimikas, who goes down rather easily, challenged by Douglas Luiz, but that is correctly given as a free kick to Liverpool 5 or 6 yards inside the Villa half. We're into the last half hour now, and we're going to see the first Villa change. And it is the youngster, Carney Chukwuemeka, who is going to come on to replace Marvellous Nakamba. So it's the 18-year-old who Stephen Gerrard obviously likes the look of. He's yet to start under Gerrard's management, but he came on as a substitute on Saturday, which was his first appearance since February. The former Northampton Town youngster. So this is a big time, isn't it, for Carney Chukwuemeka to come on into the Villa midfield. What about that? 18 years old.
Just looked like Marvellous Nakamba had a slight injury, but coming on here to face a world-class team must be some experience for him. Hopefully he flourishes.
And while he is coming on for Villa, it looks like Liverpool are preparing to bring on, in stark contrast, Thiago Alcantara. With all of the experience and the big clubs and the trophies and the medals, teenager on for Villa, 31-year-old, seen it all, done it all, coming on for Liverpool to take the place of Curtis Jones. So, could that be a significant change?
It is a game changer. He can change games. He'll get on the ball and really start dictating the game, and he can produce something out of nothing. Thiago, seen it against Norwich when they played him at home. They were getting beat 1-0. He came on and just dictated the game and won them the game quite convincingly in the end.
Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. 5 Live Sport, BBC Sounds as well. That's where you'll get the football daily. In the morning you listen to the live radio, of course. Rewind the live radio on BBC Sounds. And for all of our various podcasts, just go to Sounds and search football, and you will see and find a veritable treasure chest. Here is Tsimikas, who plays the ball infield. Here's Thiago into the action for the first time. Back to Van Dijk, and then across to Thiago again, who will look up and finds his pass, his attempted crossfield pass. One of those he was going for was charged down at source by Danny Ings, and the ball bounced out of play for a throw-in. So take that, Thiago.
That's what you need to do, get close to him. It's how many times you can get close to him, because he's that difficult to stop.
Liverpool playing the ball to the right hand side to Alexander-Arnold. Henderson, and then back to Matip, and all the way back to Alisson. He puts his foot on the ball and then finds Tsimikas, who chests it down not too far away from where Jurgen Klopp is standing in his black padded coat. Tsimikas downfield, and then Konza is able to come across and put it out of play for a throw-in 15 yards inside the Villa half. Tsimikas takes this. Thiago with a touch, and then Tsimikas with Chukwuemeka forcing him all the way back into his own half, and then Thiago in cash, tight on Thiago, and the ball bounces out of play. That is given as, the assistant's not sure. Referee Moss says throw into Villa. Stephen Gerrard just chatting with Matty Cash, just next to him to take the throw. Jurgen Klopp now is straight into the ear of Andy Madley, and Cash will take the throw. Aston Villa being backed by the vocal support of their famous home ground. The Villa throw breaks down, they lose possession. Jota now to Luis Diaz into the penalty area, plays it across, little glancing header, it's there! Sadio Mane scores the goal to put Liverpool in front, and off he trots, and there's delirium from the Liverpool fans in the Doug Ellis stand. As simple as that, a little cushioned header, and Liverpool, who were 1-0 down early here at Villa Park, now leading Aston Villa by 2 goals to 1.
Out of nothing, it's the movement from Mane in the box, creates a couple of yards for himself, and an exceptional glancing header, the ball in from Diaz, but they won the ball. It was Aston Villa's throwing, and they won it high in the pitch with Thiago. Then they just run forward, and when they run forward, that is Liverpool. They're difficult to stop, but the glancing header by Mane, extremely good. He ran off just like it was nonchalant. A fantastic headed finish.
Cleared by Luis Diaz, put it right on his head, 10 yards out. There wasn't a Villa defender close enough to Sadio Mane, but still, even so, he sort of side on for the goal, almost back to goal. just gets the right contact.
Just guides it in, doesn't he?
Very clever, off the side of his head almost, I think it was. And Martinez leaping to his left, couldn't get to it. And so Sadio Mane scores his 15th Premier League goal of the season, his 22nd for Liverpool during this season, and that is now 8 goals in his last 11 appearances. And the goal coming with 25 minutes of the 90 to play. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. A big red smoke bomb was let off by the Liverpool supporters, so that smoke is drifting away out of the that section where their supporters are now singing their songs. And Villa now, for the first time in this match, have got to come from behind. But still, just 1 goal in it, and Villa, the way that they've played tonight, the form that they're in, they certainly won't give this up. And the ball's played forward by McGinn, and now Ings in the penalty area, and Van Dijk gets a crucial touch to take it away from Ings, but in fact the offside flag was up against the Villa striker.
Van Dijk so cool in 1v1 situations, he never seems flustered, just gets his body in the way. You can see it is offside, but Van Dijk still has ground to make up. He never looks flustered, does the right thing all the time, reads Ings' body shape.
Jonathan, Steven Gerrard, and Villa and Gary McAllister, to have lost that goal from your own throw on the halfway line, that would be so disappointing for them. And Liverpool coming forward down the right, in comes Tyrone Mings on Keita into the crowd, the ball goes.
It's so important as well, throw-ins, to keep the ball. It's your chance, you've got the ball, keep it. Don't make it a 50-50. Try and keep it, but they were just a little bit sloppy in the possession, and when Liverpool break, they are a difficult team to stop.
So it's the Liverpool songs you can hear. We'll be hearing them at Wembley on Saturday as well in the FA Cup final. We'll be hearing them in the Stade de France. Join us for that as well. 5 Live with the best coverage of the Champions League final. We'll be at the Europa League final as well in Seville with Rangers. And once the domestic season finishes, we've got all of the internationals as well, the Nations League, those big World Cup playoffs. Scotland, of course, need Andy Robertson for that. But here in the Premier League, it's played through to Ings. Ings into the box, but Alisson comes out at his feet and makes a very good block. 1-on-1, and there's no flag this time. The ball was played through to Danny Ings. Got away from the Liverpool defence, but Alisson was there with a crucial save.
So quick, just looked like Danny Ings was a rabbit in the headlights at that minute there, but Alisson was out in a flash.
And now Liverpool come again at the other end. Could so easily have been 2-2 there. That chance for Ings against one of his old clubs. Thiago, crossfield pass from him to the right hand side. Keita and Alexander-Arnold together out there. Comes back to Henderson, and Liverpool go all the way back towards the halfway line. They're going to make another change. Emi Buendia is going to come on. So is he going to replace Coutinho? Liverpool though coming forward. Tsimikas, Diaz played it to the edge of the box. That was intercepted by Douglas Luiz, and then Chukwuemeka is able to take the ball to the dead ball line. He looks like a cool customer, doesn't he, Chukwuemeka? And plays it out for a throw. And here's the change, and it's Coutinho. Well, he was left out of the team at Burnley, and 20 minutes to go, just over 20 minutes. It's Buendia, who did score, of course, at Turf Moor at the weekend, who comes on to replace him.
He's just assisted as well against Burnley. Similar to player Coutinho, gets on the half turn, finds areas of space, difficult to pick up. He'd be disappointed he got left out of the team.
So Liverpool word on the halfway line. That's the voice of Jonathan Woodgate with us here at Villa Park on 5 Live tonight. Ball played to the right hand side to Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold lifts it infield, a little scoop with the right foot, and then Thiago plays it back into his own defence. A scoop, not Dion Dublin's kind of scoops, as he always likes to talk to us about. He's a very social individual, Dion. I don't know whether you've ever spent an evening with him away from the football. As Henderson plays it back to Alisson, I'm taking that as a no. As Matip brings the ball out from the back, or maybe I should take that as a yes. Alexander-Arnold playing it infield, and then Diaz, Chukwuemeka puts in the challenge. The two of them are okay, the ball bounces away. Liverpool down the left hand side. Tsimikas takes it on. Salah's been called for by Liverpool, he's coming on presently. Here's Jota. in the middle of the Villa half. Henderson plays it behind Alexander-Arnold and knew instantly that he'd miss it that pass. And despite swinging the brakes on, Alexander-Arnold couldn't get there, throwing Villa. Dundee now lead Hibs by 3-1, so they won't be relegated tonight, at least. And it is Luis Diaz, who's the player who is withdrawn, set up the goal for Sadio Mane. And the Villa supporters aren't very happy at the slow walks that Diaz is making to leave the field.
He's a proper player, a real proper Liverpool player with intensity, scores goals, assists, closes down. Must be a dream for Jurgen Klopp to work with a player like that.
That's his 3 changes, Jonathan, with just under 20 minutes to play. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2 is the score. Sadio Mane, who's got an excellent record against Villa, that is 9 goals in 10 appearances against Villa in all competitions. I remember seeing him score that hat-trick inside 3 minutes. We were commentating on the game at Southampton when he scored that goal. Liverpool coming forward, ball played over the top to Salah. Salah's away from Konsa, but Martinez is able to go down and grab the ball. Konsa did well enough there, stuck with him and the ball bounced away and Martinez was able to jump on it.
Tell you what, how quick was Konsa? I didn't realise he was that quick. He showed pure pace and great determination to get back to Salah there and put him off.
Yeah, Salah was going to have 20 minutes before the FA Cup final and very nearly got in on goal with his first chance of the match. Salah, who not scored in 5 appearances, and actually he has failed to score in 11 of his last 12 Liverpool matches, Salah. Ball played forward towards the man who scored what might be the winning goal, Mane. Now down the right, Alexander-Arnold galloping onto this and then slows his pace down just to a trot. Turns, gives it back to Sadio Mane. This is all over on the far side in front of the Liverpool fans, applauding everything that their team, the men in cream as they are tonight, do, chasing this quadruple, which after the weekend's event seems less likely, certainly. Tsimikas now on the left-hand side, but with this scoreline, at least they will be level with Manchester City at the top of the table again tonight. But they've not significantly improved their goal difference. But really, that's been a secondary concern tonight. The way that Villa have played, this has been about just getting the win.
Yeah, just getting the win's the most important thing at the minute. You think before the game they need goals. They'll have a couple more games to do that. But this game's not over yet.
Alexander-Arnold playing the ball forward towards Sadio Mane, turns onto his right foot just outside the D, lifts the ball into the penalty area. Salah pulls it down with his left foot, far side of the penalty area. Digne is tight on him. Salah turns and plays the ball to Alexander-Arnold, deflected ball into the near post, only half cleared, hits Mane, the cross, and in fact Mane was in an offside position when it was played over by Alexander-Arnold, and play will be stopped for Villa free kick. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2, and just over 15 minutes to play. And we'll try and get you the interviews live on the programme tonight on 5 Live Sports. Steve Crossman's here with us inside Villa Park, and Don Hutchison will be joining us again as Villa have the ball in their own penalty area. Martinez played it across to Tyrone Mings, who knew he had Salah and Mane either side of him, and turned and put it out for a throw and then looks and glares at Martinez.
I hate it when I see players blaming each other with the arms in the air, bad body language. Just get on with the game. You've made a mistake, hold your hands up, don't blame each other. Yeah. Still blaming each other now.
Yeah. Tyrone Mings had another little word over his shoulder to Martinez. Throw into Liverpool. 10 yards back from the corner flag on the far side. The throw looped into the penalty area. Salah's done well to get to that. He's got 3 men around him. He chips it across, headed away by Konsa, only out to Salah. Pulls it down again. Shot from Mane across the face of goal, but Cash was there. I'm not sure it was going in. I think it was going across the face of goal, but Cash got up, headed it away, and Villa clear up towards Watkins, who did really well to keep possession and gave it back to Douglas Luiz, who's given it straight to Tsimikas, and Liverpool come again, and now Jota on the left hand side into the penalty area, takes on Douglas Luiz, crosses, hits Konsa, and he gets up and puts it behind. And there are 1 or 2 looks there to the referee, but it might have bounced up and hit Konsa on the arm, but no more than that. It's a corner.
Even if it did, he wouldn't have been able to do nothing about it. His hands are in a natural position.
So Liverpool, having scored that second goal and got their noses back in front, they scored it in the 65th minute. I think Steven Gerrard, he's still got one change to make. It looks as though it's going to be Traore who's going to come on. But Liverpool with the corner from the left. Tsimikas, deep one, which is headed by Matip, straight at goalkeeper Martinez. Didn't get much power on it, straight at the goalkeeper who was able to catch it.
He's marked well. Sometimes some corners, if you can't win the header, you've got to make it so difficult for the person who's going to head the ball. Just don't foul him, but make it difficult for him. Get your body in the way so he doesn't get full power on it.
So, Traore is just about ready to come on. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2, and Ollie Watkins on the halfway line. Infield, Chukwuemeka with Thiago behind him, just passes it back to Konza. Really, Villa in this second half, certainly since Liverpool scored, they've just not been able to get out of their own half, really. They have had opportunities. When Ings was sent through and Alisson came and made the save. Here's a long pass downfield to Liverpool from Alexander-Arnold. Jota does well, turns on the edge of the box, into the area now, plays it across. Salah with a shot, blocked by the two defenders in the middle. Salah chases after it, keeps it for Liverpool. Thiago takes it on. Now Sadio Mane allows the ball to run wider and then misses his pass to Alexander-Arnold. Digne was able to step in and there's a foul. No, it's not given as a foul. Liverpool come forward. Alexander-Arnold's cross, that was blocked by Tyrone Mings, and Villa are able to clear, and it's headed down by McGinn, and McGinn dummies as if to play it past Henderson. Very nearly slipped over. Henderson now forcing McGinn back. Douglas Luiz takes possession, passes it through the middle. It's been carried on by Chukwuemeka. He rides a couple of challenges, and actually it's given us a free kick. In the end, Villa's way. So they take quickly. Buendia with a little touch, then McGinn. But really, Villa looking to catch Liverpool, but with that, Liverpool have been able to get everyone back into the right positions. Konza turning it infield, Douglas Luiz, and Mings hits that pass straight under the head of Jota, and he's headed it infield to Thiago, and Thiago's pass hits Mane and bounces to Martinez. We'll just draw a veil over that little period of play from both sides.
It's unlike Thiago to give the ball away. Very rarely see it.
Villa come again. Chukwuemeka allows it to run. Cash is under this now. This is what Villa have just not been able to do. Get the fullbacks forward, but that's what Cash is doing now. Tsimikas forces him to turn. Chukwuemeka now to the corner of the box. Buendia, angled reverse pass. Played across by Ings, but cleared away by Alexander-Arnold on the edge of the box. And that's the most threatening we've seen from Villa from some little time.
It was a great position from Trent Alexander-Arnold just in the back post, just to scoop that ball away. Rosed, good position.
Villa come again. Just over 10 minutes to play. Douglas Luiz with the pass down the left-hand side. Digne is under this. Digne's high cross to the edge of the box. Ings just beaten to it by Thiago, who is able to head it back into his own penalty area. These are tense moments now, with Liverpool leading by only 2 goals to 1. Every time Villa come forward, there is that threat, that danger with Ings and Watkins. Buendia carries the threat, as Jonathan Woodgate said as well. He's onto the field. I must say, I like the look of Chukwuemeka. This is the first time I've seen him live, the 18-year-old. Doesn't he just?
Great quality.
Yeah, and Liverpool though coming forward. And it's Keita carrying it to the edge of the box, but in comes the challenge. Mings was there, and it was a Mings and Ings combination, that challenge. Yes, Villa sending it forward. This is for Watkins to chase, and he goes down rather easily with Van Dijk putting in the challenge, and referee Moss, I think he's got that one right, says there wasn't enough in that for a free kick.
Van Dijk's just too strong. Far too strong.
So Liverpool have possession again. I think what Liverpool need is, it's just threatening here to finish as it started, with that end-to-end.
Yeah, they don't want it end-to-end, Villa. I mean, Liverpool don't want it end-to-end, they want more control of the game.
Confirmation that Dundee not relegated yet. They've beaten Hibernian 3-1 tonight. They finished Inverness Caledonian Thistle 0, Arbroath 0 in the playoff earlier. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Tomorrow night, Wolves against Manchester City, plus all of the matches covered, some important matches being played tomorrow. Then Tottenham, Arsenal, 5 live commentary on Thursday night. So stick with us. Here is Konsa, and then Thiago with a challenge. And it was a free kick to Villa.
It's great the way Klopp makes a substitution and bring Thiago on, and he was the one who won the ball on the halfway line from the throw-in, and then Liverpool to break forward and score.
That's it for Ollie Watkins' night. No hat-trick at Villa Park against Liverpool this season. Had a big opportunity early on in the match when it was still 0-0, but seconds later really Villa scored through Douglas Luiz and went 1-0 up. So Bertrand Traoré comes on, and he's had a lot of injury problems, the Burkina Faso international this season, as Digne crosses into the penalty area, but Matip, Villa went route 1 there down the left hand side, but the cross was blocked by the Liverpool central defender. Villa win it back over on the left flank, Buendia, but he is dispossessed by Alexander Arnold. Villa into the last 10 minutes now.
Sublime.
Mane brings it down in the centre circle, gives it to Henderson. Henderson now to Tsimikas. Mane's pulled out towards the left hand side. He's on the ball now in the full back position. Tsimikas with the overlapping run, flick by Mane. Tsimikas with a cross, but it's blocked by the right foot of Cash. Corner to Liverpool.
The balance of Mane just to receive that on his chest, pull it down. Incredible balance and awareness of where his opponent is. A little special player in this Liverpool team.
Liverpool will slender lead 2-1. Corner to be taken by Tsimikas. Matip and Van Dijk arrive now on the edge of the penalty area. Van Dijk gives a couple of hand signals to Tsimikas. The delivery is headed away by Mings. It comes out, and what a shot that was by Keita from 30 yards. Martinez wasn't sure, diving full length, but it flashed past the post.
One of them balls on the edge of the box, it just falls perfectly for you. Oh, it's inches away.
Bending away.
Great strike.
Away.
As George Graham used to say when I was coming through the youth system at Leeds United, when he was the manager, paintbrush technique. I know, strange look, but that's what it was. It did work. Man, you were never hit many. I know many players who did.
Yes, yeah. Well, he would know. Stroller, they used to call him, didn't they, in his playing days?
Top manager as well.
Yeah. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. And now Cash is away down the right hand side, slips the ball infield to Ings. Ings into the box now on the right hand side. Liverpool players all round him. Still Ings shoots across goal. Alisson pushes it away. Traoré was there in the middle. Alisson knew that he was there, knew his presence, but was able to push it wide.
Big save. Huge save there from Alisson. So good with them saves in big moments of the games.
He's played a big part, in this attempt by Liverpool for the clean sweep. Champions League finalists, FA Cup finalists, already Carabao Cup winners, first side to reach all 3 of those cups in the same season, and still not out of this league race yet, even though City are the favourites. Traoré, left-footed ball into the edge of the area. It's headed up in the air by Van Dijk, then it's nodded on by Ings, but headed away by Matip, and then Traoré battling for it with Jota, but the final touch is off the Villa man, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool. We've got just over 5 minutes to play, Jonathan.
Villa are still in the game. They're still in the game. Like you saw there, Ings just gets through with a fine save by Alisson, but they are a threat with players like Ings in your team. They can produce something, and you never know, like we saw in the Bernabeu. With games, it can always happen last minute.
And it's amazing how at this stage of the season, when the nerves are jangling and everyone knows and the stakes are high, that big moments happen, surprising things happen. Buendia playing the ball over the top to Ings, in the area on the right. Ings scores! Shoots beyond Alisson, but the offside flag is up, and the goal will not count, and it remains 2-1 to Liverpool.
We were just saying there that anything can happen. It's just proved it. The line from Liverpool is top draw. Matip has Van Dijk on a little bit of string. brilliant decision by Mata, so well organised.
He shot past Alisson, who didn't make much of an attempt to save it and was immediately up like in his finger. Liverpool knew that Ings was significantly offside.
What's special about that line? There's 6 minutes to go. Normal teams would drop. Liverpool don't drop. They believe in what they're doing. They keep that high line and it works for them. The
thing is as well, Jonathan, with VAR, as long as you are extremely well drilled, you know that if a team's offside against you, that's going to be given.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons they'll do it. But again, they're well drilled. They've got pace at the back. They've got an understanding. Whoever plays in there is terrific at doing it.
Didn't need VAR for that one though. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Ball up towards Mane, who went down. He actually handballed it, but he'd already been fouled by Buendia, and it's a free kick to Liverpool. Here's the 41,000. 19 people inside Villa Park tonight. Hardly a seat to be spared. Although I think some people have actually headed home already. I can see one or two empty blue seats around the place. It's not the easiest to get away from, and as I say, you've got Spaghetti Junction as well if you're going in that direction. Nobody ever seems to talk about Spaghetti Junction anymore, do they? Ball played through the middle for Keita, Douglas Luiz, then Traore, Chukwuemeka goes to ground. He was fouled though by Henderson. Villa with a free kick. There's urgency here from Villa. They fancy their chances. They've had those opportunities.
They're not giving up.
No, they are not. Free kick, which is taken long and downfield to Ings. Van Dijk's with him. Ings and Van Dijk. There are shouts there that it bounced up and hit the arm of Van Dijk. Referee Moss is having none of that. Ings on his knees, puts his palms apart. He's saying, how about that? VAR will look at that. It was just inside the Liverpool penalty area. 3 minutes to play. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. The drama of the latter stages of the Premier League. With us here on 5 Live. Finishes a week on Sunday. Commentary all the way with us on 5 Live. Henderson out to the right hand side. Liverpool with this scoreline are going back level on points with Manchester City. City would still need 7 points, a maximum of 7 points from their remaining 3 matches to retain the title. But Liverpool, this has been a test again for them tonight. Henderson back to Salah down the right hand side. The 2 substitutes. Salah plays the ball into Digne, who blocked it well, and Villa try to work it forward, which they do. Chukwuemeka now a touch down the line from Buendia, and now Traore is away down the left flank. Alexander-Arnold gets back very well against him. Traore with his left foot finds Buendia. The Hall to end are interested in this. They've risen to their feet. Cash on the right went for goal and hit it wide of the near post. And the Villa players in the middle look at Matty Cash, who just looks to the black skies above Villa Park.
He's gone for the glory, but he had no chance of beating Alisson from there, even if it was on target. The right ball was to cross it in, but he got himself in a good position to deliver the ball into the box. Just the wrong decision at the end of the day.
2-1 Liverpool lead. Liverpool have won all 18 matches they've played this season against teams that started that day in the bottom half of the table, and they've won that by an aggregate of 52-4. But this has been most unlike, that's not been part of that statistic at all. Aston Villa have, I think we've seen a glimpse here of the coming Villa under Steven Gerrard and what they might be capable of next season.
You can see how he wants to play. You can see the principles he has in his game and how he wants his team to play. I always think coming to Villa Park on a night game under the light is a really difficult place to come. Really tough place. The atmosphere is buoyant, the fans are up for it, they want it.
Ball with goalkeeper Alisson, and he picks it up, takes all the time he can over that. One of your favourite places to play though as well. You were telling me before the game, which is always an indicator that you tended to play well somewhere if you like it.
I did play well here.
Yeah.
When I was at different clubs, I had some good times at Villa Park. Pulled a hamstring here as well.
Well, not all good then. Keita is challenged on the halfway line and advances out of play, but he's going to stay down. And I think he's taken a knock between his legs as well. I think the ball's bounced up and hit him, and so he'll take his time. So we're into added time now. 4 minutes of added time. Some Villa supporters now Now that that's happened, they're heading towards the exits. I can see in the Doug Ellis stand. There is still a chance for Villa here, though. In front of the Holt End, all sorts of things have happened over the years. This great club, but Cater is down and will have a stoppage.
I do have to say the fans have been terrific. They've made the game, the atmosphere, every tackle's been challenged, shouting for the team constantly when they go forward, when they've had goals, when they've had opportunities. They're right behind the team. They can see what Steven Gerrard's trying to build here. I can imagine the whole stadium really pleased with that appointment.
Yeah, remember at Anfield, that was only his 5th match as the Aston Villa manager when he had to go back to Anfield, just decided by that penalty, that Salah penalty. And this match here, it looks as though it's going to be 2 defeats out of 2 for Gerrard against his former club, but not much in either match. Here is Douglas Luiz at the back and boos because Cater has sprinted back onto the field. No sympathy for him. Douglas Luiz forward towards the edge of the box where Tsimikas putting in a challenge. Buendia, lovely little chip into the penalty area. Ings on the turn. Past Matip, but Van Dijk with the cover. Behind it goes corner Villa.
Guess who's there again? Virgil van Dijk. What a player.
Douglas Luiz has come across to take this. Lots of Villa supporters have stopped in the exits. They're going to see what happens here. Others will just be trying to get a look, won't they, over their shoulders. Douglas Luiz with this corner to the near post, which is headed up and over the crossbar and behind, and it's a goal kick. And the chance was there for Buendia, little Buendia getting his head to it. There was a defender with him as well, but could only send it up and over and behind.
Steven Gerrard still wants to win. He wants to win this game. He's still getting behind his team, still being aggressive on that sideline.
It's been tough for Liverpool the last 2 matches since reaching the Champions League final. Last Tuesday night, dropped 2 points against Tottenham on Saturday, and this is a tight win here against Aston Villa. Alisson takes this goal kick downfield. Pep Guardiola has already warned that he feels that things might not go all City's way tomorrow night with the players that he's lost through injury. Sadio Mane down the left, then tries to win a corner off Konsa but misses him and puts it straight behind for a goal kick. And that means that Villa will have a chance for one last attack. We're in the 3rd, we're now in the 4th minute of added time. 4 minutes signalled, but there will be a little bit of time to be added on after that for Keita's injury. The goal kick's not good from Martinez, but the referee spotted an infringement by Mane, and it's a free kick to Villa on the halfway line.
That was a cheap foul. Jeez,
certainly was.
Didn't see that.
So it's a free kick. Martinez is coming up to take the free kick. So everyone's going up. Jordan Henderson trying to organise everyone at the back. Liverpool have got to see this out. They've got to see this out to win this match and go back level at the top. And Martinez waiting to take it. This could be the last action. Martinez, it's high and long. Matip's watching it, gets his head to it, bounces out towards the corner flag. It's kept in by Alexander-Arnold, who plays it forward, and then Mings puts in the challenge on Keita, and the ball's out of play for a Liverpool throw. Then there's a bit of pushing and shoving because Mings has grabbed the ball that was off the field, and referee Moss is going to speak to the Aston Villa captain, who just has a little word with Keita as he comes past him. And he's going to speak to both of them. Mings, Henderson is going to walk across, Keita as well. So this is going to take us well past the 4 minutes of added time mark. And the two of them just jostling for the ball, wrestling for it, and Mings held it. And it is a Liverpool throw. He'll never walk alone. Strikes up over there, red scarves being held above the heads of the Liverpool supporters in their section. A couple of thousand of them here. Liverpool songs, they're trying to see their team through to this victory. Throw-in taken by Alexander-Arnold up the line, headed forward for Villa. Bounces on the halfway line, Chukwuemeka, then back. Villa still with it, but it's returned all the way to goalkeeper Martinez. And we've now had 5 minutes of added time. and Martinez has misplaced the pass to Cash. Mane got there first. I think that will ensure that Liverpool will win. Tsimikas forward to Salah, breaks down on the edge of the box though for Liverpool. Cash hits it forwards, it comes off Tsimikas. I'm looking at John Moss, he looks at his watch on his right wrist. It's a throw in. There's a Villa player down in the centre, Liverpool player down in the centre circle, so we still will play on. Jurgen Klopp is saying how much time?
He needs to get up because they're going to add another 30 seconds. Just get up. We've got no more subs left, he can't come off. He's got to get through it.
It's Cater again. And it's a throw into Villa, and they're taking it from the wrong place. They know exactly what they're doing, Villa. They think that will see the match out. Konsa takes it quickly. Konsa goes back to Mings. The referee's got his whistle in his mouth, and there it is. Liverpool have been pushed all the way by Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa here at Villa Park tonight, but they've got the win they needed, and Jurgen Klopp, a little embrace with Steven Gerrard. They went behind early in the match. Villa took the lead through Douglas Luiz in the 3rd minute, but importantly Liverpool quickly equalised. But this was a contest, and Sadio Mane's little header, an excellent piece of forward play really, a striker's goal, has won it for Liverpool. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Jonathan Woodgate.
Yeah, really good game. Villa more than matched Liverpool, thought they were very good, showed real intensity in that game, and you can see what Steven Gerrard's going to bring to Aston Villa and what they want. But the character of Liverpool to come back again, they've done it against Tottenham, they've done it against Villarreal. Okay, they didn't get the win against Tottenham, but they did tonight against a good Aston Villa with a fine header by Mane was the difference in the game. But again, this is a difficult league to win, and they're going all the way to the wire with Manchester City.
Steven Gerrard and Jurgen Klopp are both out there on the pitch. Steven Gerrard is going around. Gerrard shakes hands with Alisson because Alisson played an important part with the saves that he made in that second half. Those 2 saves from Danny Ings. And Jurgen Klopp meanwhile walks across, clapping to the Liverpool supporters on the far side, hands above his head. Jurgen Klopp, who's seen his Liverpool team win here at Villa Park tonight, and so that means Liverpool level as the fist pumps from the Liverpool manager. Liverpool up to 86 points, level with Manchester City, but having played 1 game more. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2, and Steve Crossman is here with us just to my left inside Villa Park.